Hey guys, I'm Lauren Terry from brightsonwhite.com. I'm going to show you how to make these cute quilt blocks. I am using the Seaside fabric by Tasha Noel, and you can download the cutting instructions. There's a link below. So first you're going to take a centerpiece and a triangle. You're going to place that right sides together. And before you just sew this on, I want you to be sure to start about 1 inch from the edge of this centerpiece. So you can see I didn't start sewing until right here. I'm going to sew from here all the way to the edge, back stitch, and then you're going to press this to the outside, all right? Then you're going to take another piece. I already sewed on our first one. We've got this little bit of give right here. You're going to take this second piece and you're going to lay it down. You can, for where to place it, you can look at this corner. If it's hanging over about 1/4 inch, then this is going to be centered the way that it should. So lay that down, and for this one you're just going to sew all along this edge. So start right here, you're going to go sew all the way down. I mean, you don't have to sew this spot where there's nothing underneath, but all the way to the edge of this fabric, and you're going to press that seam this direction, okay? Then you're going to flip it over, and you can see I've got this little bit hanging off right here, so I'm just going to trim that. All right. Next you're going to, we've sewed the first two, you're going to take a third one, do the same thing. You're going to place it right sides down and you're going to sew all along this edge, okay, and press it open. All right, now here, actually I'm going to show you with this. When we're going to attach this fourth piece, that's where it's just a little tricky but not too bad. You're going to take this piece where you left some give up here and you're going to fold it over and just pin it down. All right, so that's going to hold that in place. You're going to take your fourth triangle and put it right sides down. And I'm just going to make sure that it's hanging over about 1/4 inch right here. Okay, and then I'm going to sew along this whole edge. After I do that, I'm going to press that open. And here we can see an example. I've sewed these 3 down. Now I just have this little bit left that we have to sew down. So for this part, we're going to fold this right sides down, and you can see there's a few seams over here. If you want to make that a little simpler, you can put a pin right here just to hold that nice and flat for you. Now you're just going to sew from where you first started all the way here to the end. All right, and after you do that, you can press your seam, and you're going to square it up to 6.5 inches by 6.5 inches, and you can see it just makes this really cute design. And another thing you can do is just sew, these are 3.5 inch squares. You can sew them into a 4 patch like this, and I think this is how I'm gonna lay out my quilt. So I hope you enjoy these little seaside blocks.